You've been playing by the wrong rules your entire life. Every time your phone buzzes, you answer. Every time someone needs you, you drop everything. Every time there's drama, you're right there trying to fix it. But what if I told you that your constant availability is exactly what's keeping you powerless? Here's something that will blow your mind. The moment you stop being accessible to everyone, everything shifts. People who never valued you suddenly start chasing. Those who took you for granted begin questioning. The entire dynamic flips because you've just broken their control system. If this sounds like the breakthrough you need, hit that subscribe button because we're about to dive deep into Carl Jung's most powerful insight about human psychology. Jung discovered something remarkable about human energy. He realized that every reaction you give away is literally draining your life force. Think about it. When was the last time you felt truly energized after constantly responding to everyone's needs? Never, right? Because you're operating like an emotional ATM, dispensing energy to anyone who walks up and presses your buttons. But here's where it gets interesting. The people who demand your constant availability don't actually want you. They want what you provide: validation, comfort, solutions to their problems. You're not a person to them, you're a function. And the scariest part, you've been programmed to accept this role since childhood. Society taught you that being helpful means being constantly available. That saying no makes you selfish. That your worth depends on how quickly you respond to others. But Jung saw through this manipulation. He understood that this excessive availability isn't kindness. It's self-abandonment disguised as virtue. Every time you immediately respond to that text when you're exhausted, every time you say, "It's okay," when you're actually hurt, every time you explain yourself to people who don't deserve an explanation, you're giving away pieces of your soul. And after years of this, you wake up feeling empty, wondering why you're so tired all the time. The answer is simple. You've been controlled through your predictability. People learned exactly which buttons to push to get their desired reaction from you. They know if they guilt trip you, you'll cave. If they create drama, you'll come running. If they need rescue, you'll abandon yourself to save them. But what happens when you stop playing this game? When you choose silence over automatic responses? When you withdraw instead of engaging with every provocation? Suddenly, the people who thought they had you figured out realize they know nothing about you at all. This is where Jung's concept of psychological projection becomes crucial. When you stop being available, people start projecting their fears onto you. They'll call you cold, distant, weird, not because you've actually changed into something negative, but because you've stopped serving their emotional needs. Their criticism reveals more about them than about you. Jung taught that our psychic energy is finite and precious. Every thought, emotion, and reaction consumes this energy. The question isn't whether you have energy, it's whether you're choosing where it goes or letting others decide for you. When you constantly react to provocations, defend yourself against unworthy criticism, or try to please people who don't value you, you're essentially bleeding energy all over the place. Here's a truth most people never realize. The more available you are, the less valuable you become. What's always there gets taken for granted. People only respect what they have to earn, and if you're giving yourself away for free, you're teaching others that you have no value. The most dangerous part of constant availability is that it makes you vulnerable to manipulation. Opportunistic people can sense when someone doesn't know how to guard their energy. They notice you react to everything, always trying to solve problems that aren't yours, and they exploit this weakness ruthlessly. But when you start becoming selectively unavailable, something magical happens. You begin to conserve your psychic energy, creating what Jung called a force field around yourself. You enter rooms with presence. People respect you without you having to prove anything. Your silence becomes more powerful than any argument you could make. This is where conscious unavailability becomes your superpower. It's not about being cold or indifferent. It's about being sovereign over your own energy. It's choosing when and how to engage, rather than reacting automatically to every stimulus around you. When you stop explaining yourself, stop justifying your boundaries, stop being accessible at all hours for any reason, you break the projection systems others have placed on you. And this disturbs people deeply because they can no longer predict or control you. Your unavailability forces others to confront their own emptiness. The silence you offer reveals the internal noise they don't want to hear. Your refusal to engage in their drama makes them face their own issues, and many people can't handle this mirror you're holding up. This is why Jung emphasized that the path to individuation, becoming your authentic self, requires periods of isolation. Not depressive isolation, but sacred solitude where you reconnect with your true voice without the world's interference. Yes, you'll lose people when you become less available, but here's the thing, you'll lose the right people. Those who only valued you for what you provided, not who you actually are. And in that loss, you'll find something infinitely more valuable, yourself. The loneliness that comes with setting boundaries isn't punishment, it's purification. It's your psyche clearing out relationships that were built on your self-abandonment. And in that cleared space, something new can grow, genuine self-respect, authentic connections, and inner peace. When you stop being available for emotional crumbs, mind games, and toxic patterns, you create space for what actually nourishes you. You become rare, valuable, unforgettable, not because you're playing hard to get, but because you've learned to value yourself. So here's my challenge for you, start small. Don't respond to that text immediately. Take a breath before reacting to criticism. Leave conversations that drain you. Say no without lengthy explanations. Choose silence when someone tries to provoke you. Watch what happens. Notice who gets uncomfortable with your new boundaries. Observe who tries harder to get your attention when you're not freely giving it. Pay attention to how your energy changes when you stop leaking it everywhere. Are you ready to stop being controlled by other people's emotions? Ready to cut the strings that make you dance to everyone else's tune? Ready to become the mystery instead of the open book everyone takes for granted? Drop a comment below and tell me, what's the first boundary you're going to set? Let's see how many of you are ready to choose yourselves for once. And if this message hit home, make sure you're subscribed because we're just getting started on this journey to psychological freedom.